What a miserable way to start a Sunday at Lord's. England still needing 264 to win, Australia needing to take 5 wickets, but the players couldn't get on the park, at least not until 10-4, when eventually the weather relented.
Gone! Missed pull from Geraint Jones. It's a soft dismissal really in the situation.
Well, you're not wrong, Athers. It's a gift. It's like here, catching opportunity. You're not going to drop these. It's 158 for 6.
Gone again. Brilliant positioning from Ricky Ponting. He's got that man in exactly the right position, Matthew Hayden. Ashley Giles playing with half a blade and has paid the penalty.
2 for now, McGrath. He strikes when it matters. And it was always going to be difficult for England to get themselves out of this position. They wanted the rain to keep falling all today and all tomorrow. And the Australians have got on the early roll they're after. 158 for 7 now.
That's close. Yes, Rudy Kotzen, and that slow lift of the hand and the raise of the finger. That was a good delivery. It might have hit Hoggard on the back pad. I'm not certain about that. We're behind Hoggard with the naked eye, but that is another good breakthrough for McGrath. Nicely bowled.
Yes, I think you're right, Richie. My initial reaction was perhaps a little high, but let's have a look at the replay. This will tell us. It nipped back. Oh, no. It nipped back a long way. I think fair enough. It hit him in line with off stump. That's the end of Hoggard. Out for a duck. It's now 164 for 8.
Shouting for 2. And he'll get it. 50 for Peterson. 2 good innings in this match. In what, unless we get a few more cloudbursts, is going to be an Australian victory. Peterson has played very well. That is the straight one, the slider, and I think you'll see on the replay that Harmison didn't get outside the line of the stumps and the ball was going straight on. A first baller, something for the primary club.
That's right, he'll be presented with a very special tie with stumps all over the place. There we go, and well, you can see there, bang, middle and leg. No wonder they were all in the air. So Harmison also out for a duck. That took 3 minutes. 167 for 9 now.
Ow! Missed by a whisker.
And he tossed it up beautifully. Hit the edge of the rough. It missed the off stump by an absolute skerrick. Well, if Shane Warne doesn't end up on that honours board in the dressing room, it'll be by that much. Absolutely nothing.
Straight into row 32.
That is a great shot against the spin. He smashed it way over the top of mid-wicket. And the minute it hit the bat, it was going to end up in the crowd. Just watch this.
Whew.
Big smiles all round there. It wasn't a bad bouncer, actually. Just a little bit straighter and may well have surprised him.
That's a beauty. McGrath has picked up another wicket. 4 each for McGrath and Warne. The Australians have won this opening test match. England all out in their second innings for 180 in 58.1 overs. Peterson not out 64. Very fine performance from him, making his debut, and an excellent performance from the Australian team.
They started very badly, and they looked as if they'd lost a lot of confidence. They're back in business.
And there was a chilling symmetry to the very end. Warne and McGrath involved in the final wicket. The openers had done their bit, and only Kevin Peterson had showed the real mettle necessary to resist that attack. 4 for McGrath, 2 for Lee, and 4 for Shane Warne. It was amazing how the expectation of the early part of the summer had just been blown away by the Australians. We were down to hope because the victory margin was as big as 239 runs. We'll hear from the two captains in just a moment, but first we'll reflect with the man of the match. Yep, you guessed it, Glenn McGrath.
I bet you wish you could roll this pitch up and carry it around with you.
It's a sensational place to play, especially on a wicket like that. I think suited to the bowlers that hit the deck, and to have the chance to take the 500 here at Lord's, nothing could be more special than that.
Is it the pitch in particular, or just the place itself that seems to inspire you here?
I think it's probably a bit of both. I love bowling from the pavilion and here. I think the wicket slopes off to the right there, which probably helps my style of bowling, and the history and tradition that goes with Lord's. It's a very special place.
And a magical moment for you when you took your 500th wicket. It'll remain in your memory for a long time, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's there's a few wickets that have gone past, but to get the 500, especially here at Lord's, something I'll always remember, and hopefully a few more wickets left in me yet.
And the icing on the cake to get rid of Matthew Hoggard at the end?
Yeah, it's things like that don't really worry me too much, but no, it's all a bit of fun.
Well, we've loved watching you bowl here for many years, and of course during this match, so congratulations.
Cheers, sir.
Well, many congratulations. You must be thrilled with the performance of your team.
Yeah, I think that was a very, very good test win for us. After being bowled out day one for 190 and not having things exactly how we would have liked in the test match, for us to bounce back and win as convincingly as we have, I think says a lot about the quality of our team and the character within our team. So, led by Glenn McGrath, another fantastic performance. Warney, I thought, was at his best, as well as I've ever seen him bowl for a long time. So, they're two great signs for us, and we're looking forward to the next test match.
It was a very brutal first day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I got a little scar to prove that. But no, that's what Ashes Test matches are all about. You expect that, and to England's credit, they bowled very well on the first day. We probably weren't at our best with the bat, but we fought our way back into the game, and as I said, from that moment on, Glenn's initial spell late on day one was probably the turning point in the game.
Do you think the frenetic opening was partly because of all the hype that surrounded the series beforehand?
I think both teams would have been out there trying to put their stamp on the series. England certainly did that with some very good fast bowling on the first day. Justin got a nasty one early on. Matty got one on the helmet, and then I got one within about 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So, as I said, it was a good start to the series. So that's the way you like it to be. You like to be out there involved in a really tough contest, and that's certainly what it was. Yeah,
you mentioned your bowlers, and I guess that's the thing that will have thrilled you the most, because it was the bowling that caused one or two concerns at the start of the tour, but they were very much back to their best here.
Yeah, the guys that are over the hill and written off, about being old guys and all that, but they've McGrath and Warne and Brett Lee chipping in with some vital wickets when it really mattered.
Did you just pop one or two newspaper cuttings underneath their door the night before?
I didn't need to do that, mate. We've read enough about it and heard enough about it for 6 or 7 weeks now, so there's certainly enough inspiration there for the guys, but we had no concerns with that. I knew that they'd do the job for us. They always do in big games, particularly in test matches.
Well, you knew you had a tough task before this series began. I bet it's doubly difficult now.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's been a tough game, but I thought we started really well. To bowl Australia out for 190 was a good effort. They came out and bowled very, very well, particularly Glenn McGrath. But when we got them to 165, we felt we were in the game. We came out and tried to put them under pressure with the ball, but they took it away from us really, and we created opportunities, and we just weren't good enough to take those opportunities in the field, and it cost them against a good team like them.
Was one of the biggest collective failures that failure to get a good first innings lead?
Yeah, it was, but you've also got to give credit to some bowling. I think Steve Harmison, Glenn McGrath, Shane Warne, Brett Lee have been outstanding on this wicket and put the batsmen under a hell of a lot of pressure. 165, we felt we're in the game, and chasing forward to anyone, you've got to face the likes of McGrath, Warne and Lee was going to be difficult. We haven't batted well enough. The one hugely positive sign of the game is Kevin Pietersen's debut. I thought his batting was outstanding.
How do you explain the drop catches? Because this is a side that has caught wonderfully well over the last 18 months, and yet you dropped 7 or so in this game.
No, it's a difficult question. It's, I guess, a bit of pressure. I'm not too sure, lack of concentration, but those catches have come down. Again, the positive aspect is we created opportunities. We just weren't good enough to take them.
And you want to improve your own form as well?
Of course, yeah. Getting 3 and 4 is not a great start to the series, and I must improve, and I must make sure that I work hard between now and Edgbaston.
Were some of your younger players surprised by the intensity of a test match against Australia?
Well, the one young player, Kevin Pietersen, had an outstanding game, so I wouldn't say that. I just think, they bowled well. I thought we bowled well in time, at spells, and put them under pressure. We just didn't bat well enough and we didn't catch well enough, simple as that.
And is it time for changes or no panic?
No panic yet.